Long before roads or rails, before signals filled the sky, there was Rokel, the river that connected us all. This basket bought food, paid school fees, it raised children, and carried dreams. It held the economy in palm and straw. It brings power to our homes, food to our markets, and unity to our journey. This is the rhythm of Sierra Leone, from hand to hand, from shore to shore. But now that rhythm has evolved. Now the basket carries more. RCB SIM Cooper, for sending money from any phone. RCB Prepaid, for anyone, no account needed. RCB Cooper Card, your local power. RCB Visa, global reach in your wallet. Just like the river, your money can move freely across towns, borders, and time. From the village to the vault, the banker sees it all. One transaction, one river, moves seamlessly. This is more than banking. This is Rokel, Commercial Bank, bank of choice.
today is coming from Proverbs 4, verse 7, and it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Get understanding. It's very important that when it comes to situations, we do our best to not jump to conclusion, because one of the biggest challenges that we've faced in Sierra Leone and in Africa as a continent is that we have a lot of people that choose to assume, we insinuate, we jump to conclusions very easily based on the little frame of or scope that we have. It's not all the time that we should jump into assuming what this issue is. It's easy for somebody that's more spiritual, as in Christian, to see mental health challenges as, oh, well, this now a cause. This is witchcraft. This is, it's easy to see it like that, simply because, well, maybe you spend too much time in the in that kind of a setting. I will not say too much time. You've spent a lot of time in that kind of a setting, and it's mostly the easiest explanation in that setting. While somebody that is in a far more medical circle, or a far more open-minded circle, will see it like the result of external influences, or maybe even a biological challenge. It will be totally different things to totally different people if they don't come, sit down, and try to understand. Knowledge informs uh, knowledge informs understanding. Understanding informs wisdom, and this is where it comes in. And also, I want to give you the quote of today. Sorry, I'm so sorry about it. And our quote today simply says this. It and our quote for today. Hold up, I'll definitely come back to the quote of today. But the most important thing and the real framework, the focus in our conversation today, is the fact that we actually need people to pay more attention. We need people to pay more attention and give more focus to really getting to the crux of things, rather than insinuating, rather than jumping to conclusions. I'd really love you to join me as we're going to be going through a story. And this story, I believe, will really inspire us and will help us to understand the frame and the lens through which it will be best for us to see this matter. Just after this very short story, we will get into our conversation really, 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 really. So I'm going to tell you this little story, and it goes like this. It says, there was a man in Freetown who began hearing voices. His family thought he was possessed. They took him to a traditional healer who performed cleansing rituals, but the voice continued. One day, a visiting doctor, instead of criticizing the healer, spoke with both the healer and the family. Together, they created a plan. The man received medication, continued prayer sessions, and community support. Within months, he improved. The healer said, "It wasn't my herbs alone or the doctor's medicine. It was our unity that healed him." You see, this story is not just fiction. It's happening quietly across communities. Every time tradition and modern care chooses to collaborate rather than compete. You see, I'm bringing this very short parable to you and for you to understand that there are good things in what has come out of modern day society. And there are also good things in what has come out of tradition. So it's not like we can truly turn our backs from tradition, or worst of it all, choose to say we are going to neglect the modern day age or the modern day solutions that we have. But I believe a better place will be finding ours, finding balance, and finding a position somewhere in between. And we are talking about, today we'll be talking about traditional beliefs and mental health. Traditional beliefs and mental health. The reason why we're talking about it from this perspective is because it's very important. Ima canto win local dialect. It's very important for make we understand, say, I believe say Roman talk and find, which would be our quote for today. It say, nothing can make team be. Very, very simple. I'm not believing that challenging thing, and if I understand, there is no outcome without a cause. There is no result without a cause. There is no output without an influence. There is always something. Even science don't prove this. Even faith don't prove this. There is always something that causes something. And it's very important for me we look at we society, look at we community, look at what we don't they do. Where they cause them to three challenge there. I'm going to read something quickly for you and then I'll be opening the phone lines. I want us to see a little bit about the challenges here. You see, the challenge isn't that traditional beliefs are wrong. It is that for centuries, mental health has been explained in many ways that often discourage compassion or professional help within the traditional space. So it's not that when people think about mental health, and because we've seen a lot of people running away from traditional beliefs sometimes, especially when it comes to mental health, because of how people get to see it sometimes. But again, it is just a perspective challenge. It's not really like that. It's mostly a perspective challenge. But really think about it, yeah? If a community believes madness comes from angry spirits, then the cure becomes exorcism, isolation, or worse, shame. But what if the belief was never meant to hurt? What if it came from a deep desire to explain the unexplained, long before science had the words? The real problem isn't belief. It is the gap between belief and understanding. Again, the real problem here is not belief. It's the gap between belief and understanding. And that's the same reason why it is important to merge the modern day solutions and the traditional solutions. Why? Because in order for the two to work, you have to find you need to find a place of actual rooted and grounded understanding. Without that strong grounding, there really will not be a proper solution. So now he make and he say, hey, so man, even at church, I remember a time where one guy, some people, and you see some Christian, and they will not believe for take medicine. Some Christians will not believe for take medicine. And it's not a bad thing. It's because they've come to a place where they believe, their faith has come to that kind of level, and they believe that when they ask the Lord for healing, they will get it without taking medicine. As much as there is a school of thought that says, but it is God that created doctors. It is God that created medicine. So if there was no need for them, God would not create them. That is another school of thought. But again, we've seen a lot of instances actually, in which people were healed without doctors. And the only answer to their miraculous healing is that it came from a divine power. And there are people that have dedicated themselves to tap into that divine power. And because of that, they're not keen to take medicine. But guess where the problem comes now? The problem comes when people that have not grown to that level of faith or have not grown to that place try to take that approach. You will start hearing things like this in church. If you faith not reach yonder yet, take the medicine, then you pray. No say, I believe, and you don't say if it's not reach yonder yet, then you not really take medicine, you go die. So at the end of the day, it is the understanding that truly healing can come from God, and the understanding that truly doctors know what they are doing. That puts a man in a place where he will stand in the middle. Say, okay, I can take the two, and I still trust God. I can take the two, and still and trust that God will use the medicine to heal me. It's a place of in-betweens where both can work together. And that's the same thing we're talking now about mental health and tradition. We can create and find a place where traditional beliefs and actual modern day solutions for mental health can work in synchrony. We can see that. But in a situation in which we choose not to work in that level of harmony, then we will start seeing challenges like this. You see, there is a stigma around mental illness. You see, deep-rooted traditions and religious beliefs not really paying or painting a positive picture or an open-minded perspective on the matter, which negatively affects a lot of believers or of tradition and religion. We find them to have very, very, very serious extremes, especially for some or most that are not as grounded as they would need to be to stand on such perspectives. You defend and say, there are people that will try something till the thing kill them, even though they're truly not reach at that place they yet for team up that guy with him. Sometimes tradition not they give them chance. They don't believe, say, hey, we with family, we born me to papa, and then papa, then they do this. And anytime person gets this kind of issue, now so they don't they handle them. Or some man go say, we with family, where person get this kind of issue, now so they don't they handle them. We not Christians there, we not believe, say, mental health and a medicine. We believe, say, na evil spirit and a prayer and deliverance, now they pull up. This where this problem is so calm now is the fact that everything, just like how they say, gets a reason. As the Creole quotations, and I think he makes him be. And science man even gets their own version of that quotation where say every action they inspire another opposite reaction. They show you say everything where we do in this world gets a way of echoing the echoes of our choices, our decisions, our actions, and the places we find ourselves find a way to gain expression in our lives. So you dey facing something the way you not be the expect, but sometimes it's not even your fault. You find out say some man inside their family, then get few people them we once in a while can suffer from mental health issues. It's like some of them they know say it can skip one generation, but the other generation they happen. Or if you know they skip generation, they happen every generation to one party picking them. It's just a part of their genetic makeup. And to a very large extent, they don't have control over it. If you bring tradition and religion in that matter, it does not make sense. Why? Because it's clearly a biological issue. You will bind and you will cast. And if that very same person or somebody in that very same lineage still goes and has a child or has children, there's a possibility that one out of those children or some out of those children will suffer from that very same trait. Would you say the devil is in their family and they are just giving birth to demons? Obviously not, because there is a clear biological and scientific explanation for it. Not negating the fact that there should be some way, somehow, something you will try to do, even if it's a biological issue. You will say, hey, I will not just look at it like that. I will also try to find a way to mitigate this challenge to help my child, to help him have a better future or her have a better future? These are things that must be done. In fact, people have been doing a lot to create solutions and options for people like that all over the world. But no to demonic issue. That's all we're saying. No to angry spirits. No to nothing like that. Not just biological something. If you watch, it's just like that. And most of the time, if you want to do very true research, these challenges are stemming up from irregularities inside the family member, then genes them. Where some man can just take numbers and say inside our own family, so now the sick way we get, like how some man can just talk we family people then can get sickle cell. It's just that kind of level. But again, I will not advise you to be confessing negative things like that over your life. Speak life, speak positive things. You will see the transformation in your life and in your family. That is what I believe. I would not consciously see that I have, or my family seems to be struggling with something consistently, and I just identify with it. Identifying with it means you come to a place of almost complacency, where is rather than identifying with it, I will acknowledge it, and I will seek better ways forward. So it's totally different when you acknowledge something and then when you identify with it. You get? Acknowledging it is that it is there, but there's definitely a workaround. There is definitely a way, and I'm seeking out that way to change something, to influence something, to shift something, so things will work in our favor. Whilst identifying with it, it's like you accepting or just embracing a place of vulnerability, or just taking it like that. When I saw there's nothing we can do about it. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So that's one thing that we can see. And the issue where would they look at then thing there, so from this perspective, when at the religious and traditional perspective, where they see this mental illness and then stigma around mental illness who can create inside the religious and the traditional setting, this is where the problem can be. Now the fact that we not can give ourselves enough opportunity to, which I just be the talk, so we're not acknowledging it but finding out solutions. So you find out, say, because of lack of awareness, these things seem for get so much power that it just they repeat now on our family, or now your family, or now that person there in life. So you see, and also someone now, because of the fear of the shame, then how society go see them, and how culture they seem for approach matters the like dande, they make then they shy away from the things they wouldn't need for do, away from break that chain day. Because even if it's a biological situation, then there is a cause. Now, most of the time, when they can check, you go ask questions, say, hey, where was somebody in your family exposed to this kind of thing and that kind of thing and that kind of thing? Was there a situation that's in anybody in your family lineage that's so that could have started, that is now being passed down from generation to generation? There is always a question that will bring an answer. That's even if the answer does not bring the solution directly for the current generation, it will bring a solution for the next generation. So if you see picking in that kind of situation and you don't open yourself to solutions, you find out, say, you doom either that picking day totally for the rest of your life, or you doom the next generation for suffer the same. So you see, now it make it very important for open your mind to the kind of thing there. And also, the easiest way for remedy then thing there, so you go see, you can think about how public education campaign that can help. Like, if you watch situations that, like, someone can take them picking and totally pull them out of the system, because they say and say them picking and get special needs and all of that. But your child has to somehow socialize. There is a need for a space for him or her to thrive. Where means, say, you not for pull you picking around the company there. You for find either a way for get you pikin into the system, or even advocate for a system for in kind situation them, so that it go there around picking the way they go through the same, and it no go feel indifferent, and at the same time you get a way for scale up and improve. Say in self come up day. So there are so many things that you can look at. You can look at that. You can look at some faith inclusions them where you go say intercession prayers, seeking out solutions from God. It never hurts to believe in God. It's never hurts to believe in God. Faith always works. And also sometimes storytelling help to normalize mental health issues. It's not it will be I believe that storytelling has for the longest time been the two means of communication and the common language between human beings across the globe. It's just that we don't engage it much, and or we don't know it, or we don't accept it in most society or societal spaces. We don't recognize it as such anymore because of digital literacy, digital intelligence, and all of these all this the digital system. I remember the days that we were coming up. The dinner host, the host quiet. Guess why? In order for me to born time, na panlam been there. For me born time, get still like ill, ow, person they tell story. By the time they big, you don't all man don't learn how to tell story in the family. Because not one person will tell story every day. Today, a person they go say, me now, me other person tell story. Like those things helped. They helped us to have a far more social life. We learned how to blend into society from even our community setting and our homes, because we did not have screens that seemed to enslave us into silence and to keep us locked in one place. This totally not recognizing the people around us. And it's because of things like this that now it's far more difficult to pay attention to situations like this, which is mental health. Because everybody seems busy, everybody seems engaged, everybody seems tied up. And 90% of the time, if you really check, you are busy doing nothing. Whereas there are people around you that need your help and need your support. If you're there and you're listening to me, this is Radio Free 97.1 FM. And I don't know what situations you might be facing that is similar to this. I don't know if you don't, if you get picking where they go through something like this and you don't find solution, or you get or you self don't go through that situation there, you don't come out of farm. It'll be nice for you to call and share your experiences with us, because especially we want to know especially how the integration of the traditional belief and the current modern day solution there don't seem for bring out results them. Whether it be good or bad results, it's go nice for me we know about them, because somebody might be out there where actually they in picking they go through what you in picking they go through, or instead don't they go through what you picking just come up and or what you go to overcome, somebody no overcome it, and your story will really help. So I want to give you the opportunity to call on number 088971 and feel free for share your testimony and help somebody out there today. We want to see how much and how best we can support each other in Sierra Leone. So this platform is also not for oration. This platform really now for make we get conversations that way they bring transformation and change, and make we can always bring una all back to this place back. Say, hey, una call, maybe we talk about this. Because a lot of people they not they pay attention to mental health issues, them especially when it comes to picking side and all of those things. Why? Because it seems to be so much of a taboo in Sierra Leone. We don't create one kind of red, we don't put front where they make everybody they rather not talk about them. If person picking, they struggle down the person rather not bring in picking a public, because of how people then go see them and how people then go feel uncomfortable around the Pekin, like I said, that the Pekin choose for put himself in that place there. So there are so many things that we have to talk about. And even in situations in which what they call for can't talk about now, how people then they relate to people that would struggle with mental health in society. I really want for you that one day as well. Because I've seen a lot of negative expressions and ways that way people and they relate with people that will get mental health issues. I'm definitely going to share something with you guys about one of my once in a lifetime life changing encounters with somebody that was struggling with mental health. And I believe that it will inspire people and help us to approach people in that state or people that are going through that in a far better light. But besides that, please feel free, call on the number 088 971 971, one for Yeri from you, one for Land from you. And yeah, so quickly, another pain point, because I really want to pay attention to the challenges them maybe they face where it comes to traditional mental health. You find out say isolation of individuals with mental health challenges is like a very common thing. It's almost like no to them they choose for isolate themselves. Society they tell them say they need for be isolated. Consciously, consistently it happens. You see, the one thing I would recognize and comment about the Western world is that people with mental health issues, people that struggle with things like even autism, there are spaces for them created. They did not just leave them in one box that they don't want to think about them or not recognize them or not remember them or not feel uncomfortable because of their presence. They were catered for, not were. They are catered for. Them create out of serious thoughts, not to that basic put no more. No, they sat down, they thought about what thing we able for do, for make them people that their life improve, for make some of them able for even come out span this issue totally, and for the one that we not able for come out span this situation totally, how themselves go able for live, contribute, get personal self-value, and also able for even if they want for even get a family and live a prosperous life even with that situation. They thought about this thing, can you imagine? And they have so many solutions to it, so many solutions that they created for the Western world, so many spaces for them, so many platforms for them, whilst in this part of the world, unfortunately, well, we have more negative energy to give to things like that. We, I believe, say now one of the biggest flaw of this side of the world. You see, because of we they see denting and they like a spiritual situation, spiritual problem, like I said now, because of witchcraft on a cause, on a punishment from one person or the other. Nike make we they watch their situation and then kind people and we try for shun them, we try for space them, we try for no day around them. We even try for make sure say they not they bring them around we own environments them. But this is the thing, yeah. No matter how we hide we face from them, they are still here. And the more you push them away, the more you don't know about them, you don't know how to relate with them, the more of a bad influence you will be or around them. You find out say some people and their attitude towards them people and they're so bad that they consciously unconsciously ignite or actually rather than ignite provoke or evoke a negative reaction from them people. Then you just find out that they vex someone around you, then they make one carry away, then they're so uncomfortable. As long as they're around you, it's a very big problem. Guess what's that problem they come out? From your energy, from the way they behave, from the way they see them, from the way they sometimes you don't even need for say much. It's written all over you. And I want to say this. I told you I would be sharing a story of my own personal encounter with somebody with mental issues. And that was like my first encounter before the Lord helped me. One day like this, I'd come on a house. I think I'd be done dressed. I think I'd go to church or something like that. I was really dressed up. So obviously I go to side. Come on, man, don't man don't dress well, I don't pimp up. I'm like, okay, how did I reach at this place for what for do I don't know if I was supposed to go minister or something, because I knew I was well dressed. It was either I was going to church to minister or something. And then on my way going, a day, see, like if the side where they take transport for you want to take transport for go, so on send the motor car and they go this way, and you they come up from down one hill, the car up the junction, it means say you might not meet the motor car exactly at the junction. If for cross at the other end, for me able for take transports now for go side they go. And because motor car in the pass, I chose to start walking a bit on this end till I have space enough to cross. And as I turned and started walking, by the time they asked me it, I just see this Chris man. They come. The bad thing was, unfortunately, I was not prepared for that. I not been noticed how for react. I just knew that I was well dressed. I had some place I wanted to go, and I did not want to get dirty or filthy. And this guy looked really, 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 really dirty. He looked so dirty, like from the yeah. Also, I was like, oh my god, no, 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 no. And for some reason, as he saw me, he acted like he wanted to hug me. Like that was what he did. Like he he just stretching and oh my god, I got so irritated. If you try to make like one pussy way so better passer, after I don't balance and not touch me and all of the worker they go because I not be member again for cross. The balance what the way he do me shock me to his place. I'm just the worker now. And then I'm sharing this with you because I believe it will help somebody. And then on my way walking, even before I crossed, there was this inner witness in my heart that I got from the Lord. And the one question where he asked me, that question he put me day for one was he put me week. Till that week they done, I was asking the Lord for help. I was like, you think say you better passer? I wish you be say I be make you go understand why. He said, you think say you better passer? You think say I like you pass how I like am? That was the only thing that I had in my heart from the Lord. I burst into tears. I started feeling bad. I felt so bad because one, I never saw people that struggle with those things as, I really did not have grooming towards seeing them as fellow human beings and loving them like God loves every other person. I never had that perspective of them in my mind. My mind about them was Christian. Unfortunately, I'm saying this honestly. My mind perspective at that time of my life, my mind was only Chrisman, not for beats, or Chrisman, not for Hamburg. I remember us coming up. It was due to a bad influence in the community, but yes, we did it. We had somebody in the community. I mean, they see that they do them, so it just felt funny and fun to do because me not be picking. We Christmas will car, we Hamburg there we run, Hamburg there we run, that kind of thing there. So my mind was never prepared to see these people through the eyes of God. That they were loved, that they had value, that they themselves have rights, that they themselves that they are not things, they are beings. I believe that day was the first day that side of my mind opened, and I was so sorry. I remember repenting and asking the Lord for help and forgiveness for so long because I was never prepared for that. And I'm not saying everybody is like me, but I'm saying If it happened to me, that means it might be the same for some other person listening to me. It might even be some say, but could people that have same way and they where they're not a city man like a person with them for care about person we deserve attention. They know they see like person we get value, all of that. And that's bad. It is bad because one, they are a part of the world. And no matter how short or how long you will live in this world, you will meet them. And if you have never prepared your mind towards accommodating them and towards catering for them, towards at least recognizing them in a positive light, you will find out, say, you go be one of the easy in the room. We make Christmas, or one of call them Christmas, somebody with a struggle with mental health, go always they spiral out of control because you go always they made them they feel irritated, unwanted, and threatened. And how they go react and respond to that emotion they, it not go be the way a sane person go respond. And that time it not go be their fault. It not go be their fault. So it's very important for make we as smarter man they kind of that place where we go say, hey, we they recognize this rather than they run away from her. Now this time make the scripture for today really makes sense. The scripture for today really makes sense. And I can't give them back because again, without it not they make sense for make we continue for what kind of this world. They say wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding. It is very important that these things work in your life and are in synchrony. They are all working together. It's very important because you will find out, say, there will be no space that is that will come out uncomfortable for you to actually be in because you mind open, you perspective pure and clean towards all man. It make you will be a symbol and a beacon of change that society. Why? Because you will not be the kind of person that have a specific set of people that we're able for deal with and a specific set of people that we're able for accommodate and a specific set of people that way you're not able. You'll be an inclusive kind of person, somebody that will see value in every kind of human being. And that is truly what it means to be human. We must love each other no matter as at the challenges we face or the difference in our situations or circumstances. So you see, this is why there is a need for a balance of tradition and modern solutions when it comes to this, because modern solutions force you to actually sit down and think. Modern solutions force you to actually sit down and weigh your choices. Modern solutions force you to actually sit down, observe, and find a way to make things work. The wonderful thing I love about science is that in order for science to have formulas, it has first experiments. And experimentation never goes without observation. But almost of we willing for even observe long enough for learn. And most of the time, tradition does not create room for observation. It tells you what to do. So when you merge tradition and modern solutions, you find that you will see yourself in the best in between. Why? Because what is good about tradition, you will be able to use observation to merge it with the modern solutions, and you will find the result, or at least some result, in what your goal is. So you see, um, again, I will remind you the number for corner 088 971 Anyone for make you call, make yourself give your own thoughts on this matter. How you don't they see people then they treat people that would struggle with mental health? Do you think we're doing it well in Sierra Leone? Do you think we can do better? Do you think we have enough facilities for citizens that go through or are suffering from challenges like this? How you think say tradition can do better in situations like mental health? Feel free for calling the number 088 971 971. I call the number again 088 971 971. So I just want to, I feel like I say we don't serious for so long. I think it would be nice to just get a little bit of a laugh into this. So I want to ask you this, I want to ask you all this question. You know, say inside salon, if somebody talk to himself, we can easily just take and say no more. Hey, Bolefa, na devil, na in the warrior, na devil, na in the monarch. But if that same person they puts airpod na yes, they talk by himself in English, suddenly will they say himself a day na business meeting. This stands to a very funny. If person imagine if person dey walk on the street, they go talk to himself. Isn't that crazy, man? It's very. The thing about these things here is most of the time I don't notice that they come to this airport the way they use. Most of the time people not notice say they use airport where they walk on the street and talk. So you go to walk on the street, they talk. Oh, it sounds like crazy. What's kind of a person this? Or remember the days that we would get that airport that they use first, but would that be YS? So you know they ever see on two sides. Two sides be say they walk on the streets, they go and talk. Then at this part that they put on. Nobody you go see this guy dress wear suits. You know, where it's all kids. Then they go and talk by himself. I say, hey, it is man they catch and come. Say, watch that bar. You know, it can look really, really funny sometimes. Waiting technology not able for accomplish. I even hear about this new glasses we don't call them call eyeglasses. Where you if you buy in glasses you wear but now computer. It's crazy the kind of way God don't make technology they move. And I'm gonna give you another one. This one say when I notice say we person say if they go to the medicine man or with traditional healer there. Anybody like literally all man they begin for all man they begin for not in agreement. The person say, hey, me, I can't go to traditional healer. This so. All man they not in agreement. But say where you say you want go see therapist, suddenly all man they begin for see you. Like I say, you craze. If person contact now, you say, I get challenge. I want go na village. But I go see them call because of this me issue. All man has hello okay. But why make as you see each other places say, well, I want begin see why make we get issue with therapist? I say I think I get psychological issue. I want go begin for talk to therapist. All man begin all man first you don't think they switch first. The first way they happy, one no place they quiet. Then after that now, man begin watch yourself. Lots of you would watch that we self. You are like, okay, who that this? Who that is? But anyway, that was just to get you cracking and to get you laughing. But these are actual situations that really prove the issue again as alone in Africa we can to with perspective and with mindset where they talk about mental health, where we talk about tradition combine these two things. For some reason, then two not on they help themselves. Now modern solutions then don't create a bridge. We for make at least by now we go able for say A or say B, at least some way somehow there's a very good in between. So I just want for quickly fair away because almost reached to the end of the program now. Again, I will encourage you for calling the number 088 971. But I'm for end with a very quick climax. And I'm just gonna go through this and later on. If you call, please call on the number again 088 971. When you call, I'll definitely give you the opportunity to share your views on matters, and at the same time, could just make give you shout out to whosoever maybe now you loved one out there. So I'm just gonna read this quickly. Yeah, it says, "Here's the truth: our traditional beliefs aren't our enemy. They are our cultural encyclopedias, full of stories, wisdom, and healing practices rooted in community. But when belief replaces understanding, when we fear what we don't explain, we turn care into punishment and healing into hiding." These are things that we should pay attention to. They used to make it fine for the talk there as on our radio. Now for make you the listen, and me back the think I'm really know how for begin for apply them. Now you corner because we apply na corner, other person go see the good example. If follow himself apply na corner, say tomorrow go see all man don't begin apply them. But it could start with you. See, the path forward isn't to erase tradition. It is to evolve it, to make it our ally in mental wellness. Imagine if every chief, imam, and pastor was also trained to recognize signs of depression. Imagine if every traditional healer had a hotline to a local counselor. That's not just health, that's social justice. As one African proverb says, a single bracelet doesn't jingle, it takes two. Standing at the English version, Creole man say, na two bangles, they make noise. It's very important if we want to see change, if we want to see impact, if we want to see results, we can to health and wellness, especially the mental health and wellness parts. That will find a reason for work together in a salon. That exclusion, enough for continue. Enough for continue at all. You know, my auntie says there's no such thing as depression, but she's been resting for 3 weeks and doesn't want to talk to anyone. I said, Aunt, that's not resting. That's Wi-Fi disconnection. The thing here is, a lot of people then want for separate mental health from waiting would they see also they happen in our society. Man can just pay attention to the spiritual part. But we have to pay attention to certain things and back. You see, depression. Depression has been it's been made common in Saradon. It's almost looking now like we have accepted it in our community instead of kicking it out. Now we hear a lot of people that die based on feel bad. And girls say, hey, no more be atom, you feel bad, and he die. It's a common thing now. I'm tired of hearing that. But being tired of hearing that means doing something about it. And doing something about it is what I am doing now, by encouraging you as well. Let us do our best to make our environment as conducive and as healthy as possible for the next man. Trust me when I tell you, when you do it for somebody else, somebody will do it for you. Rather than paying attention to keeping your own environment healthy and positive mentally, if you pay attention for doing for other people, then you go find out say you don't always go okay. But the fact that we have taken our lives for to matter only on a selfish perspective, it creates more room for us to lose more of our citizens, more of our friends, and more of our family members. When you see depression as a cancer that must be snuffed out and eradicated from your neighbor's backyard, you will find that you will never see it in yours. Because you see, when you get person back, person they get to you. Then can say one good turn deserves another. But the best one we elect, and that one in our Bible, we say, whatsoever a man soweth, and then the night they reap. When you pay attention to creating positive and healthy and conducive mental environment for the people around you, you will always be taken care of. And you would always find support. You remember the story where I read in the beginning? It talked about that one guy will be the voice and I ate. Where in family member then total and care and go to the mental, then the herbalist for me EPAM. And after the herbalist don't do always is happy for do nothing, not change. Then go the one doctor be the pass, he come. Now pass he be the pass no more. But when he come, instead of he say, hey, wait till this herbalist say do now rubbish. This, that. No, and then thank God. Waiting the herbalist, waiting the doctor do, he join on with the herbalist and the person in family. And they work together. And in few months, according to the story, the guy well. And the reason what they say at the end of the day, they say the herbalist maybe watch ping. He said this pick here. Not to what I do ilam. And not to waiting the doctor do ilam. Now the unity where we get make effect healing inside the community. If me and you able for look out for we self, as in the other person, if I would they look out for me neighbor in benefit, you go find out say my neighbor go also naturally look out for me. And inside that one day, we go look out for ourselves. And the result inside that day, now true and total healing. For me, we reach yonder. Salon need you. Salon need me. And Salon need we all. So whoever you there right now, I want to encourage you. Especially when you can't to this part. Motorman, na the brain, na in get them. Anything affects how you they think, it affects how you they live. So if we all begin to consider we compare motorman in mental state, Salon go far. If we all begin to consider we compare motorman in psychological state and how the environment self can affect that one day. You will see serious and total change in a salon. If you listen to me right now, you are that person where the loud music now also not the care how they affect your neighbor. That means that you are the talk to. If you listen to me right now, you are that person where they wait for me place dark for me tote dirty go put her na your neighbor in backyard or na in fence. That means that you are the talk to. If you listen to me right now, and you are that person who can buy that motorbike, where it loud so Then it take a dey ride na residential area, middle net. Outside old people they go in fact, they make noise. Now you are they talk to. If you listen to me right now, and you're that person where they talk to people there anyhow, bash at them, talk down on them, make them feel bad about themselves. Now you are the talk to. If you know that person right now, where quick, you don't walk. Now for see people there flaws, now for criticize, now for look down, hey, now you are the talk to. If you are that person, we not for see place park, place clean, place day in order. Now you are the talk to. May we join down, may we left, may we come up, may we sab like how no more than sing and change you way like a picking. May we change we way like a picking. For make a mama salon, able for rise. Because if we not look out for we brother them, if we not look out for we sister them, now one thing it means say we self day in danger. Because we don't get person for look out for we. Think but that one day. Me left now you at. And as we close this program today, I want to remember you quick. But Dolphin Express. You see, Radio Fry, we don't like Usai una the strain, we don't like Usai una this. We don't like anything like that. If you dey under right now, you think about how for travel. You think about how for bill, how for endure the plan. Usai forget the building material. How for pull the building materials, they all kind of yours. If you dey think now, Usai you dey so say you want seen them like bread, cake, all them things when they bake and pastry in them. If you dey under, you dey listen to me right now, and you need money for do business or for bill or something, I dey try for make you see the easiest and quickest solution to your problem. Dolphin Express. You see, Dolphin Express, and they do microfinance, baking and pastry, logistics and procurement, building and construction. They do so much. Then even they do travel agency work and delivery services for most of, if not all of the different products and services. Them, you know, go find for make you strain where they don't make life easy. Just go on your internet, type Dolphin Express Sierra Leone. See the information, reach out to them, and they will give you the best service. And also, I want to remind you of Rokel Commercial Bank, the bank of choice. When you talk about bank, where just they tell you, say, put money to we and it left there. No, when they talk about bank, where they say, put money to we and not even need for can to we where you need where you want your money. Sit down now you host, pull your money now your account in any way you want. If you say you get orange money now your phone, but you know and get away for I'm gonna bank for pull money. You for pull money directly from your bank account, send her inside you orange money direct, and you make your payment in the comfort of your home. You say, oh, bank there, the line key long. Then get agency banking. Agents and they almost all side now free tongue and some side of the provinces. What they mean say even a marketplace, you don't need for left your markets now. For go pong bank for open money. Then get agents there wait for service you need them. Again, beyond that, possibly get bulk they pay all they for take money in the bank, begin come, and put them by group and the person their name there for hey bro, how long pan that life don't easy, then get them bulk payments and solution. We're inside one command. All you staff that are like 100 or something, then they pay them all inside one command. You never need for cons money, you don't ever need for goodie. Why you they wait? What you they wait for? Go now local commercial bank, any of the office there, and tell them what you need, and they will make sure say you get the best service. Last but not the least, I for remind you now, but the sports update show where they cancel now also on Radio Free 7.1 FM from on Mondays actually. On Tuesday, sorry, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and also on Saturdays from 11 a.m. from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So if you know somebody will like for watch football, yeah, about football, yeah, about the news, them, all the international sports updates, come on. This is the show for you. You don't need for us, you don't watch game from paper to pay, always sitting for nobody game you know better. Now yeah, so Radio Free 7.1 FM. And also if you have to catch this show again, you get them back in the evening hours as repeat just after 8:30. You go to see the repeat of the show. So stay tuned to Radio Free 97.1 FM. I please say you get a wonderful time wherever you are. Stay tuned, stay blessed, and enjoy the music. Ta-ta.
Bless me with money and pity. Now God don't do one for me. He look me big and change me story. Now God don't do one for me. Plenty take you, plenty take you, plenty take you. Now God don't do one for me. You give me colapso, give colapso, give colapso. Tribulation go come. No worry, be still and know that I am your God. The enemy will put you to shame. No worry, be still and know that I am your God. Still and know that I am your God. No worry, be still and know that I am your God. Still and know that I am your God. Oh. No worry, be still and know that I am your God. What you say? Zaful, Zaful. Make you pocket money beat Zaful. You uncool, you uncool. Sling shots money beat say you broke your ankle. Zaful, Zaful. Make you pocket money beat Zaful. You uncool, you uncool. Sling shots money beat say you broke your ankle. Bless me with money and pity. Now God don't do one for me. He look me big and change me story. Now God don't do one for me. Plenty take you, plenty take you, plenty take you. Now God don't do one for me. You give me colapso, give colapso, give colapso.